And another warm welcome to, and I can't believe it's been this many, PowerDirector by Cyberlink number 48 in my series. It's called Chromebook Support and Bluetooth Keyboard Shortcuts. It really refers to the keyboard shortcuts for Chromebook, but I'll tell you how it works. Now, I'm going to show you this timeline, and what I can do about that timeline is just make it appropriate for me to tell the story and for you to learn. And that is that on a couple of days ago, 4 days ago, we had an update saying that you can edit all your footage from the holidays, now optimized for Chromebook with keyboard hotkey support. Also, don't miss out on some other stuff. The point of it is about Chromebooks. Now let me tell you why that's exciting, and what I'm going to do, if I can, is just go through and I want to see if I can show you a few things. Now, Chromebooks are really important at the moment because they've gone from being just laptop type things to touch screens that flip around, and I can show you what I mean by that. So if you imagine having a Chromebook which is a touch screen, here's an Acer one here, and you can have PowerDirector open on it, then at 11.6 inches or 13 or 14 inches, that's really big to get PowerDirector, and that's why it's important maybe to work fast and maybe get some apps involved on the Chromebook with the keyboard as well to make a really interesting experience. Now, from my investigations, remember we're talking about Chromebook support as well as keyboard shortcuts. I'll show you the Bluetooth keyboard I'm using right now, because yesterday I sent a support ticket out because I was wondering if the keyboard actually works with me using a Moto G Android phone. Remember, the Chromebooks now you can have Android apps on, which was the point of me doing this video as well. So I made a couple of pieces of paper here with my own investigations before I got the support ticket back. I will show you. Now, what I've found moving along is that in my own investigations, Spacebar on, and I should say I am using mostly these days an Artec Bluetooth keyboard, which is fantastic, and then very crudely I can see that it's a photo of the backlit display, so I can use this thing in the dark, which is really good because you can actually focus your whole mind on what you're trying to create. So in other words, if I was using my Moto G4 on Android and I was using, say, on my own investigations, I would have Spacebar, which play and stops. The left and right arrow keys can move along the timeline. Alt plus left and arrow keys jump to the start and end of the whole timeline. Tab seems to scrub the timeline. Have a go at yourself for brevity and speed. I don't want to do a ton of demonstrations, I just want to say these things are there. Enter seems to collapse the timeline down and up again, and for some reason I can't see that arrow right now there. Let me just no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep talking and get this video over and done with. So there's my investigations. I told you that I'm using a mobile phone along with a Bluetooth keyboard. Now, this morning I had, and I know and appreciate you can't see that too well, and that is I had a support ticket back. Let's just show you the whole thing. I can click there. Yeah, and so the support ticket came back to say that there is actually an FAQ for mobile, which I will go into a bit like this and make it bigger. So I'm just making it bigger to, that will go. So, oh, sorry, I tell you what, I'm trying to speed, aren't I? Which is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's just a bit better, isn't it? So what we've actually got from the top is, if you've got PowerDirector open, I presume this is on a Chromebook or on a mobile phone with a proper keyboard, then you can play and space, which was something I did on my own. You can delete objects. You can see on the right hand side that there's Control Z and T, undo and split, overlays. Let's see what else we've got here, and finishing up is, I just want to stop where it gets to the last one. Help me go to, I think it's the last one, isn't it? No, look, there's loads of them. There's loads of them. Show tips. That'll do, stop. Yeah, so what we've got here is, the one I particularly like is the settings, audio mixing, control 3, 4, 5 and 0. I think that will do it, won't it, on this video, because I don't want to muck about a lot. Yeah, main thing, just to repeat, is I've never been a big fan of Chromebooks. But when you can actually have a Chromebook like that, that is for me an 11.6 inch, I don't own one of these by the way, I'm just looking, 11.6 inch touchscreen, now with all of your Android apps on it, and Cyberlink have said, hey, let's actually do the position of making sure that we can get as many keyboard shortcuts going as well, then I think it's pretty useful. But I've run on a bit, haven't I? That was PowerDirector 48, Chromebook support and Bluetooth keyboard shortcuts. Happy editing, everyone.